Greece, which has stepped up efforts to draft a second bailout package for Athens. In fact, senior EU officials meeting in Vienna are considering various policy steps, including private sector participation, to end this issue. Greece currently faces a €60 billion funding gap in 2012 and 2013. Athens needs nearly €12 billion next month to avoid a default. For more on this big fat Greek debt issue, let's bring you a view coming in from a European economist, Gustavo Bagatini from RBC, who joins us from London.
So on the first issue, the IMF has basically set the ball down. They said, well, listen, we have rules here. If there's a funding gap for the next 12 months, then you have to deliver additional measures. And we think that what's going to happen in the next couple of days when the IMF reports back, the mission team that's currently in Athens reports back, is that they will have done enough. So in our view, the short-term funding needs, which to prevent Greece from defaulting next month, will be sorted. They will get their 12 billion from the EU and the IMF. The second question, though, as you said, has to do with the longer package. And the problem is the original IMF-EU package envisaged Greece returning to the markets next year, and clearly that's not going to happen with funding costs as they are right now. So there is a shortfall. Some of that will be filled by these new measures, these new fiscal measures, new privatization measures, but more money will probably have to be put in there because these measures by themselves aren't sufficient.
Okay, Gustavo, what about the Greek debt structure, or restructure rather? Have you sort of given it up, or do you think that's no more an option, or could it still happen?
I think the new package will definitely be agreed. I don't think it will necessarily come this week. I think the Eurogroup President Juncker has already said that they expect to have some decision done by the end of June. I think that's basically has to do with this first tranche of 12 billion that they're likely to get. But in terms of a new package, that will probably be a little bit longer. I mean, the initial disbursement buys them about 3 months of time before the IMF rules kick in again, and by then Greece will need to find a further 6 to 8 billion, which they're unlikely to do, and so because of that, some sort of decision on a new package is necessary and will be required, but it doesn't necessarily have to come in June. It may do, but that will require some political consensus, which at the moment we don't see it.
Okay, do you think though Germany will lend more money to Athens without bondholders sharing the burden in the short term?
Well, there was this story today, and I think more has been made out of it than is really in there. This sources story or sources close to German government basically said that they're willing to give a concession on bondholder participation for this initial 12 billion disbursement that is due to happen by the end of this month, middle of next month. And I think that's bang in line with our expectations. We think all minor hurdles will be cleared in order to assure that Greece gets its money and doesn't default next month. But I don't think the Germans have taken some sort of participation off the table completely for the upcoming package.